Hey, this is John again with Brockworks. This is a tutorial on Profile Builder 2 and creating assemblies, doing a railing assembly. In this case, I'm using a box newel post, a painted box newel post. This could be any newel post that you like to use. This is a 60-10 handrail, stained wood handrail, oak handrail, and half-inch square pickets with shoes, wrought iron pickets that are 4 inches on center. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, this railing was a profile that I have in my trim library. That's easy to get, and if you have, I'm sure you have your own, or you can find some online. The box newels are newel posts which I have in my component library, as well as these balusters. Okay, and so in the assembler dialog, we're going to come in to do a new assembly. We'll call this a railing. Just keep it simple. You can add a description. You could say anything you want in that box to help you for the future. There's nothing in this window here, which is because we haven't started building anything yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the components, and I want to add a component. So in this case, I'm going to pick it from model because I've got one of these in here. I'm going to pick this box newel post, and it's named here. You can name it under the name in here, or it's just you've got it here. So there's the box newel, and I'm one of those 8 foot on center, max spacing, that's fine. And I've got this component with its axes right in the center at the bottom. Okay, so that when I start drawing around a center line, it puts it right where I want it. Okay, so you can see in the window here that I've got newel posts that are spaced out at 8 foot centers, and I want one in the end and the start, and the junctions and the infills as I go around. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add this railing in. So I'm going to add a profile. In this case, I'm going to pick from model that I've chosen this 60-10 handrail. Right now it's sitting on the ground, but the dimension from the bottom of the newel post up to the bottom of that railing is, in my case, 2 foot 9.5. So I'm going to say 2 foot 9.5 inches. And that moved it up into the railing assembly, or into between the newel posts. Alright, so now I have my posts and I have my railing, and I just need to add these pickets in here, these balusters. So I'm going to go back to components. I'm going to add a component, and I'm going to pick from model these shoes. Alright, and those shoes are going to be at 4 inches on center, and I'm going to do those in the middle because I want these pickets to be, these balusters to be centered in each of these sections. So I'm going to say from the middle. But what I don't want is for there to be a baluster and boot right in the beginning or inside these columns. These are 4-inch box newels, so I don't want it to be, and I've got no more than a 4-inch spacing in there. So I'm just going to come in and say for the start setback of 6 inches. And I'm also going to do that for the end setback and for the junction setback as I turn a corner. Again, we don't want balusters that are going to be hidden by these newel posts. Alright, so that should, when I place those in there, you're seeing all those shoes dotted across in here. Alright, now I'm going to add another component, and I'm going to pick from model and choose a half-inch baluster. I'm going to do the same exact parameters to make them line up with those shoes. So it's 4 inches on center. I want to go from the middle, and I want to start out with a 6-inch setback. I want a 6-inch setback at the junction and a 6-inch setback at the end. And you can see up in this box that it looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to be right on. Now it'll be time to test it. So we'll come out. I've got a little floor out in here just as a little test spot that we can just start drawing on. So I'll choose the icon for build assembly, and we'll just pick a spot and start drawing it as if this is a loft, for example, that we're working around. And you can see it looks pretty nice. And each junction is not putting one in the center, so we're not wasting a baluster that doesn't need to be there. Okay. And now you see we have a nice looking railing system that was very quick and easy to do. Alright, in the next video we'll look at how to use quantifiers so we can get an estimate for all this. Thank you.